How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Driven YouTube channel video. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than what we normally talk about on this channel. We're not doing an install or a maintenance item. We're doing a review. We're going to be talking about kind of a big issue with a Toyota vehicle, and that is the 2013 to 2015 model year Toyota RAV4, and I also believe the 2012 to 2014 model year Toyota Camry. Now this has to do with the U760 transmission and more specifically the torque converter. Now if you aren't familiar with this issue, I'm going to break it down for you in this video. Now 2013, 2015, that was kind of a long time ago, but people are still buying these cars because they are great cars, they're reliable, the engines go forever. It's a great size, but that also means that these cars are still expensive on the market. You know, I've seen a couple examples out there that are between $10,000 to $15,000 with pretty high mileage. So these things are not cheap by any means. And I wanted to inform everybody, in case you didn't know, about this torque converter issue. So back in around 2015, Toyota released a technical service bulletin on these cars regarding the torque converter. So Toyota kind of knew that these torque converters had an issue and they were remedying it back in the day. And they actually did this out to 2018 and then put a secondary extension on it out to, I believe, 2021. So if you had a RAV4 2013 to 2015 model year back then, you could have gotten this issue fixed for free under warranty by Toyota. But unfortunately, now it's 2026, so if you have a car that hasn't gotten fixed, you kind of have to either fix it yourself, go to a dealer, have them fix it, or, you know, cross your fingers and hope that the torque converter doesn't completely fail. So let's talk about what actually is going on here and what you'll notice as you're driving one of these cars. So owners have been reporting between around 20 to maybe 45, 50 miles an hour. There is a shuddering in the vehicle that feels almost like you're going over rumble strips. So the vehicle I'm driving right now is a 2013 Toyota RAV4, and unfortunately it does have that torque converter shudder. So in my experience driving this car, it's around 20, 25 miles an hour and above, and for me only about up to 40 miles an hour, but this happens between the RPMs of 1,000 to 2,000 and under light acceleration. So let's talk about why this is actually happening and why these vehicles are affected by it. And to be honest, I think it's a little bit embarrassing for Toyota. As we talk about it more, you can make that decision for yourself. Of course, you got to learn from your mistakes, and Toyota did, but let's talk about why it's happening. So in this car, you have a torque converter that sits in between the engine and the transmission. It's a fluid coupling. We don't have to get into the internal workings of it. It's pretty complicated. But what's important to know is that there is something called a lockup clutch within this torque converter. When it locks up the torque converter, essentially all of that power, all of that energy from the engine is being directly transmitted to the transmission without the fluid coupling. It's more of a mechanical engagement with that clutch. And what this helps with is fuel economy. There's less heat buildup in that torque converter since you're not slinging fluid around. And so you'll get better miles per gallon on the road. Now, typically, cars will lock up this torque converter at higher speeds. However, Toyota decided to program this torque converter to engage at lower speeds. So like we saw, around 20 miles an hour. Now what's this causing? This is causing the torque converter to lug, and it gets a lot of stress on those friction plates, and those have been prematurely wearing out. So back in 2015, when Toyota released the technical service bulletin, they said, hey, if your car is shuddering, bring it in, we'll replace the torque converter, and we'll reprogram that torque converter, the new one. So that doesn't lock up till maybe around 35 miles an hour, something a little bit more traditional and normal, just to alleviate some of the stress on that lockup clutch. And this actually got a second warranty extension to 2021. Now, of course, like I mentioned, we're in 2026 now. That warranty has gone out the door many years in the past. So what are the options now? Let's talk about first if you're looking for a car, and then we'll talk about if you have a 2013 to 2015 RAV4, what are some remedies that you can do? So if you're looking for one of these cars on the used market, make sure to look in the vehicle history and also under the hood to see if it got that technical service bulletin completed. Now, you might be able to track it down with the VIN, with a Toyota dealership to see if it got completed. But another easy way to tell is if you pop open the hood, either on that top part of the hood or on the shrouding by the radiator, you'll see a small little tag. It's a certificate for the recalibration of that torque converter. And when they complete that technical service bulletin, they have to put that on. So if you see that little tag, I'll try to find a picture of it online and put it here for reference. But if you see that tag, you'll know that this car or that car had that done, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Another good idea, just take it out for a test drive. Drive it between 20 to 40 miles an hour. And like I mentioned, you'll probably feel it the most between 1,000 to 2,000 RPMs under light load. You'll feel like you're going over rumble strips. So just look out for that. Take it for a test drive, see how it drives. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell right away if it's got that shuddering. But like I mentioned, these cars are great. The engine's fantastic. They run for a long time as long as you do your oil changes, general maintenance. And this car is great. It's a great size, very practical, very fuel efficient. I think we're getting around 35 miles per gallon on average around the city mostly. So we're talking about really good numbers here, especially for a car back in 2013. So if you're in the market for a 13 to 15 RAV4, don't let this scare you. Just kind of take this as, you know, I got to do my homework. I have to really look into the car and make sure that it's up to tip-top shape. And then, you know, get that car, enjoy it. It's going to last a while as long as you take care of it. Now let's talk about if you already have a 2013 to 2015 RAV4 and you're having this shuddering issue. What should you do? What are your options? Of course, it's 2026 now, so the warranty is not an option anymore. That won't be able to cover it. So let's talk about your options here. So we're going to order these options from minimally invasive to kind of an overhaul. So first we're going to start with option number one, and I'm just going to say it. I don't think option number one is a good option, but that is to leave it alone and just drive this thing until it can't drive anymore. Now, it's not a great option because you just don't know when that torque converter is going to completely fail, and then you're going to have transmission damage. And if you damage your transmission, I believe a replacement one is around $6,000 for this car. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap, and it's not a good option in my opinion. But hey, if you decide to go that route, more power to you. I wish you the best of luck, but please just don't come back in the comments section and say, hey, Driven Media said you should just drive this car until it goes out, and then maybe 100 miles later, it just dies. So I don't want you to take that from this video. It's just an option. We got to throw that one out there. Now, starting with option number two, we're going to get into things that you can actually do to remedy this issue. So the first one is going to be a drain and fill and a transmission oil filter change. So I believe you could do this for around, give or take $100, $120 if you have the tools in your driveway, that $120 for the parts. But you essentially just need a new washer or gasket for the drain plug and the fill plug on the transmission. You need a new gasket for that oil pan, and you need a new filter. And of course you need your transmission fluid too. But that will run you around maybe $120. If you take it to the dealership, they'll probably charge you, I'd probably say maybe $300 to $400. That's just a ballpark estimate. I have seen people have some success with this. Essentially, you're just taking out that old degraded fluid and you're replacing it with something with the proper friction modifiers, with those friction properties that will allow that torque converter clutch to engage properly without slipping or causing any hiccups. Now, this is not a guarantee, but it is a lot cheaper than replacing a torque converter or replacing your transmission and torque converter. So it's one of those things where you might as well give it a shot. I do not recommend doing a complete flush, especially on higher mile vehicles. Just do a drain and fill. That'll get enough fresh fluid into that transmission to bring back some of those friction properties into the entire transmission. All right, so let's say you tried the drain and fill, you drove it for a couple thousand miles and the shudder is still there. What's your next option? I'd say your next option is to try out some anti-shudder paste or fluid. It's essentially an additive. It comes in a small little tube. You have to drain a little bit out of your transmission to account for how much you're putting into that transmission with that additive. But essentially, it's made to add some more friction modifiers or properties into that fluid to hopefully allow the torque converter clutch to engage properly. So for this, just think about it like you're taking medicine or taking a vitamin. You're not, going through an intensive operation or surgery. You're going to see if those smaller methods work first before, going for some of those bigger ticket items. So now jumping into number 4, this is where we start getting into those bigger ticket items and sort of a bigger overhaul of the transmission and torque converter. So unfortunately, number 4 is going to be replacing your torque converter. So this is essentially what Toyota was doing with that technical service bulletin. They were replacing the torque converters that were shuttering and reprogramming the new ones to engage that friction plate or that clutch at a higher speed in hopes to alleviate some of that premature wear. Now, if you were to go now and do this at a Toyota dealership, I believe I saw some quotes online between $1,800 to $2,500. That's parts and labor. So it's a pretty intensive process. You either have to pull the engine or drop the subframe and the transmission to access the torque converter. So it's not an easy job. It's not something you could just do in your driveway unless you really have the tools, the patience, and the time, and, the willingness to go that far into your vehicle, pulling the engine out or dropping the transmission. But if you do take it to that Toyota dealership, you are going to have to spend at least $1,800 to $2,000 on this job. Now, if you take it to, an independent mechanic shop, someone that you trust, it probably will run a little bit cheaper, but just make sure that if they are unable to program that torque converter to the proper software that Toyota implemented, to take it to a Toyota dealership afterwards and make sure they program it to that proper software. Otherwise, you're just going to have this issue again down the line and you wasted all that money for nothing. And now option number 5, worst case scenario. Let's say your shuttering has been going on for a very long time and your torque converter has completely failed. Now your transmission is taking that damage and you're going to have to replace, unfortunately, the transmission and the torque converter. And that, like I mentioned, is not a cheap job. The transmission alone is around $6,000 for a replacement one. Throw in the labor, you're looking at a pretty pricey job. You're kind of getting close to the value of the car. So now you have to kind of weigh out, is it worth it to fix it? Is it worth it to, maybe look at some other options? That's when you have to kind of think about it. That is absolute worst case scenario. And hopefully options 2 through 4 will get you to a place where you don't have to change your entire transmission. So with that being said, it is a damn shame because this is a fantastic car. It's just that one issue. It wasn't even a mechanical issue. It was just a software issue where Toyota wanted to scrap out a couple more miles per gallon, a little bit better efficiency. And they just tried to lock up that torque converter too early, causing that wear. So, they did learn from their mistakes. 2015 and on, they did change that, so it locked up a little bit later, preventing that wear from happening. But it's a shame. So if you are looking for one, like I said, just do your research, do your homework into the vehicle, take it out for a test drive, check under the hood, see if it has that tag, that it's been updated. And, just pick out a good RAV4. If you find a good example, I promise you it will last quite a long time. These are great vehicles. And if you do have one that is being affected by that shudder, take one of the options on that list that I provided. I'd start small and maybe work your way up. Maybe start with the drain and fill and see where that takes you. But just start with those options and I guess hope for the best. And with that being said, just make sure you do some of your other maintenance items as scheduled. Make sure you change your oil, change your filters, look under the hood once in a while, see if there's any leaks, check under your vehicles, check your brakes, check your tires, normal maintenance stuff. I know the torque converter is kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bigger ticket item, but the least you could do is, take care of your vehicle elsewhere and, hope for the best with the torque converter. And I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I know other people out there have made videos like this, but I just wanted to give my own take on it. I've been doing a lot of research into seeing how I could fix up this car and make it run for another 100, 200,000 miles. So just wanted to put my thoughts out there And for anyone with this issue, comment down below. Let's get a conversation and a discussion started. What have you tried? What have you done? Is your car still running right? Have you not tried anything, and is your torque converter still all right? Has your shuddering gotten worse over the years? Let me know everything down below. Let's get a discussion started to see if we can try to find a remedy for the community outside of that warranty period. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys got something out of it, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And like I always say, cars are made to be driven. So even if you have a Toyota where they messed up that software on the torque converter, make sure you smile and you get out there and drive.